Hello, guys, and welcome back to the MD Investor Channel. Channel where we're talking about personal finance, setting goals, achieving goals. We're talking about breaking the cycle of generational poverty. We're talking about making great money moves. We're talking about teaching our children financial literacy so they will not fall in the trap that we're falling into. Today, the new video, guys. New video. You are responsible for being broke. You are responsible for being broke. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube at MD Investor. Definitely hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be notified when new content comes out. We try to come out weekly with new information that people can learn and grow thereby. If there's people out there you think you can benefit from this personal finance information that we are leaving, definitely subscribe to them. Definitely tell them what's going on, send them a link. But let's get into it, guys. You are responsible for being broke. Whoa, hold in there, brother. You don't even know me. What you talking about? I'm responsible for being broke. You don't know my situation. You don't know how I grew up. You don't know the situation I was born into. Yeah, that may be right. But I'm telling you, you are responsible for being broke. Who else are you going to blame? The Bible said, Jesus said, the poor you will always have with you, which means poor people will always be here. But just because he said that, does that mean that we take no responsibility for our actions? Our actions have no consequences? Does that mean you can do whatever you want and there's no repercussions? Of course not. Of course not. Okay? Are you telling me that your bad choices are not going to affect you financially? Of course they will. Okay? The poor you will always have with you. Jesus is making a statement that poverty ain't going nowhere. But just because he said that, there are certain rules to the game that you are not exempt from. Okay? You don't work, even the Bible says, a man that don't work don't deserve to eat. There are certain rules to the game that still applies to you. I mean, also, your actions have consequences. Look at some of these. Even though the poor you will always have with you. Are you telling me that my bad choices? You chose not to finish school. You chose not to get training. You chose not to continue your education and have skills, marketable skills that will demand a payment in this new economy. Are you telling me that has no consequences? Are you telling me that's not going to increase your chance of being poor? Drugs and alcohol. You got addicted to a substance that's not free. They gave you the first hit for free. But after that, what? You got to pay. And you keep chasing that high. You got to get money for that, right? And if you do have a job, instead of spending paying the bills and invest and taking care of your family, you're going to be going down to the corner and buying drugs or alcohol or cigarettes. What's the cost of a pack of cigarettes? You take the cost of a pack of cigarettes and you smoke that every day because you're addicted to the nicotine, and you multiply that by 365, that's how much money you're spending on cigarettes. Can you imagine that? If you took that money and invest in it, how far would you be? Okay, I don't know what the cost of a pack of cigarettes. I think they say it's about $7 a pack of cigarettes. And you take that $7 a pack of cigarettes times 7 days a week. What's that? $49 a month? I mean, that's a lot of money that could have been invested. So your consequences, your action has consequences. You're going out to the restaurant every day, fast food, right? You tell me that's not going to have consequences? Of course it does. Overspending, right? You make $50,000 a year, but you act like you make $75,000 a year, right? So you're bringing in $4,000 a month, but you're spending $6,000 a month, right? Math don't lie. The math don't lie. There's a difference or a gap of $2,000. Where are you going to get that $2,000 from? Swiper, no swiping. You got to swipe that credit card. 15, 18, 20, 30% interest. Who you making rich? Who you working for? That money's going to your credit card company. You tell me that's not going to make an absolute difference in your net worth? How about just being downright lazy? You don't want to work, you want to lay on the couch, a grown man playing video games all day while your wife going out there and work? You tell me that's not going to have consequences? A grown man playing video games all day while your wife going out to work? What's the matter with you? Instead of bringing out one check coming home. You could have had two checks. You could have been out of debt twice as fast. You could have been out of debt twice as fast. Let's talk about what the Bible said. What does God say about the lazy people? Proverbs, go to the book of Proverbs chapter 6. It says, go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. I mean, look at the ant. Consider her ways and be wise. Which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, meaning the ants have no boss. There's no supervisor looking over the ant. Which having no guide, no overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer. So she's working hard and getting meat in the summer, meaning food in the summer, and gathereth her food in the harvest. So she's gathering food in the summer, and there's enough for her to eat. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? I know we're supposed to get 8 hours of sleep, but lazy people probably get about 10, 12 hours a day. People who are hard working and burning the midnight oil probably only get 4, 5, 6 hours a day. But they're sluggard and sleeping. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding up the hands to sleep. And in verse 11, God hits it on the nail. So shall thy poverty come as one that traveleth, and thy want as an armed man. Let's break that down. So shall thy poverty come as one that traveleth. Traveleth means almost like a vagabond, a man that's kind of wandering, almost like a homeless person, because he has nowhere to go. That's how the poverty is going to come upon you. And thy want as an armed man. You're going to be in need and desire because you're lazy and haven't worked and haven't provided for yourself like the ant. Okay? Listen. There are things you cannot control. You can't control who your parents are. We know that. We can't control them. If we could control who our parents were, all of us would choose parents that are financially well off so we wouldn't have to live in the ghetto, right? You can't choose who your parents are. You can't choose the environment you were born in, right? We'd all like to be born in the 90210 Beverly Hills, nice zip code. But some of us were born in some of the poorest congressional district in the country, where there's drug paraphernalia hanging around. The school system is horrible. The teachers there are so burnt out because they've been working there and they realize, listen, ain't none of these kids want to do nothing. The parents are going to curse us. Listen, we just don't want to get shot. That's all we come here. We just want to go home safe. That's the mentality they have. So they're not worried about teaching these kids. It's not your fault that you were born in that environment. You can't control the economy. You can't control the economy, right? Whether we're in a bubble or whether the real estate market goes up or down, you have no control over that. The reason why I'm coming today with this topic of your response for being broke is an article I read by Chris Hogan called 4 Retirement Factors You Can. 4 retirement factors you can control. Because if all you throw at the people and consider is the stuff that you cannot control, that's very depressing, right? You can't control that. You have no control. You cannot control that. But what gives you empowerment and motivation is that there's some factors we can control. Let's go over this first. Let's go over the thing that we can't. Let's first go over the thing that we cannot control. We said we cannot control, and these are regarding your retirement. His article was titled 4 Retirement Factors You Can Control. Because we did a whole bunch of videos about retirement last week, about the Roth IRA, the traditional IRA, and all these things. So things you cannot control regarding retirement factors. So 4 retirement factors you cannot control. The market, you cannot control the stock market. The Dow industrial average goes up, comes down, we can't control it. We can't control whether the Federal Reserve raise interest rates or lower interest rates. We can't control them, right? Just I think 2 weeks ago, the CEO of McDonald's had to resign because of some sexually inappropriate relationship with a fellow female employee. If you own McDonald's stock and the stock dropped, you can't control that. I had no knowledge that he was doing what he was doing. You can't control it. So the third thing we cannot control, the unexpected. Hey, things happen and we don't know what's going to happen next week. If we all knew that, we'd buy the right lottery number pick, or we can't control that. We have no idea what's coming around the corner, okay? We have no idea what's coming around the corner. It might be in your plans to retire at 65, but you don't know that maybe at 60 or at 58, you're going to be diagnosed with prostate cancer. And you won't be able to continue to work at 65. Or it might be your desire to continue to work till 65, but you don't know that your job is going to be downsized and they're going to let you go because they can hire somebody else for half your salary. We can't control the unexpected. Okay? Inflation. We can't control that. We know that a dollar today doesn't go as far as a dollar 50 years ago. Our parents and grandparents told us that. Boy, in my day, with a dollar, man, I went out there, I went grocery shopping for the whole week. Now you can barely buy a stick of gum for a dollar because the purchasing power goes down. That's what inflation is. You put the money under your mattress and let it ride, let it sit there for 20 years. You take that same dollar out under the mattress and you go try to buy something. It ain't gonna buy as much as it did 20 years ago. And we can't control inflation. What else we can't control? Social Security. Yeah, we all know about Social Security, right? When you start working, you're gonna start getting that check come to you. But listen, the government is already making adjustments, right? They're saying now, instead of 65, they're trying to move the age where you can begin to draw down on Social Security, try to move it to 67. And now they're even considering means testing, meaning, yeah, you got enough money, you're rich, you don't really need it, so we're gonna move on and to pass to somebody else. Oh, Trump don't need it. We're gonna move on to somebody else. So we can't control that, right? We can't control what laws they're gonna pass about Social Security. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that we cannot control. But that don't mean your actions have no consequences. Let's look at some factors that we can control. What? Number one that we can control, our savings amount. Just one, the desire to save, and then the amount that we save. Are you going to be one of those brothers out there, sisters out there saving 5%? Or you going to be somebody going at it hard and say, you know what, I'm going to cut my spending, I'm going to save 35, 40%. There's a whole movement out there called the FIRE movement. FIRE. Google it if you haven't heard about it. Financially independent, retire early. And these whole bunch of people desire it. We're not going to go the traditional route. The traditional route says work, save 5, 10%, spend all you can, go broke, swipe the card, pay the minimum, and just continue to do that till I'm 65, and then live a couple of years and die. They say, no, we're not going to do that. We want to live life, and we want to live life abundantly. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut our spending, we're going to save 50, 60, 70%. I know living in the New York area, you're like, what? But they're going really extreme. So it's no matter how extreme you want to be, what sacrifices you're willing to make. And they say, listen, if we save 50, 60, 70%, and we do that for 10 years, and with a compound interest in the stock market, listen, we can retire at 35 or at 40, and then begin to live our life, and then just live off the interest and dividend payment. But people, the average person, don't really think that way. So savings amount, you're in control of that. Your spending, who's in control of your spending? You are. Listen, it's not automatic that you got to pay $150 to cable. It's not automatic that you got to have 4 cell phones. It's not automatic that you got to have the latest car and pay $500 a month for a car payment. Nobody forced you to do that. You can, if you want to, go get a car that's 1 or 2 years old, buy it with cash, and ride that sucker until it's 200,000 miles. You can do that and save money on the car payment. You can do that. You ain't got to live in the best neighborhood, in the best house. You can live in a good neighborhood, in a good house. They always talk about don't have the best house in a bad neighborhood. Okay? Maybe have a mediocre, average house in a great neighborhood. That way you can use the school system. And you're in control of your spending. Okay? Think about it, man. You want to go out to dinner 5 times a week. Nobody putting a gun to your head and say, listen, you must go out to dinner 5 times a week. You do that because it's convenient. You do that because of habitual training. And you do that because you want to. If you wanted to, you can change. Say, you know what? I'm going to start making my lunch. So you are in control of your spending. You're also in control of when you start saving. We know about the compound interest. We know that compound interest is a very powerful financial tool. Albert Einstein said it was the eighth wonder of the world. The eighth wonder of the world. Those who understand it will gain from it, and those who do not understand it are bound to pay it. Woo! When I heard it, I said, wow, that's powerful. Those who understand compound interest will make money from it. Okay? They will gain from it. And those who don't will pay it. Think about it. You understand compound interest, right? And you start investing in a index fund years ago. Okay? Maybe even for your kids or years ago. And you get a compound interest. Annual compound interest of the stock market over the last 90 years is returning about 9 to 10%, and that money is compounding. We talk about the rule of 72, right? What is the rule of 72? Are you listening? Are you studying? Are you remembering what I'm telling you? Okay. The rule of 72 is that you take the number 72 and you take your interest that you're making and divide 72 by that number. Quick example. You're making 9% return on your investment. 72 divided by 9 is 8. What's 8? 8 is how long it'll take you for your money to double. So the rule of 72, you take 72, and then the return of investment you get with your investment, 72 divided by that number, that tells you how many years it will take for your money to double. And that's all compound interest is. How many doubles do you have? You know the commercial, what's in your wallet? How many doubles do you have? Right? So let's take, for example, with that same example used, rate of return 9%, 72 divided by 9, 8 years. My money doubles every 8 years, right? So let's say, for example, you started investing at 20 and you want to retire at 65. So that's about 45 years. How many doubles can you get in 8? So 42 divided by 8, that's about 5, right? 8, 5, 40. So you get about 5 doubles, right? 5 doubles. So you invest $100,000, so double 5 times. 100,000 double to 200,000. That's one double. 200,000 to 400,000. 2 doubles. 400,000 to 800,000. 3 doubles. 800,000 to 1.6 million. 4 doubles. 1.6 million to 3.2 million. You got about 5 doubles. Okay? $3.2 million. You got 5 doubles. Now, instead of starting investing at 20, let's move it up to 30. They waited 10 years. Now they went from 30 to 65. That's 35 years. How many times does 8 goes into 35? Right, with the 8, 4 is 32. So maybe you get about 3 doubles. No, 4. You get about 4 doubles. Again, $100,000, you only get 4 doubles. $100,000 double once, 200,000. Double again, 200,000 to 400,000. That's 2 doubles. At 400,000. 400,000 double again, $800,000. That's 3 doubles. Now you have one more double from 800,000 to $1.6 million. You see the difference now? $1.6 million with 4 doubles, and the other example with 5 doubles, $3.2 million. You see, that's the difference. That's the power of time. That's what happens when you wait. When you wait, you lose the amount of doubling you can get. That's why the quicker you get in, the better it is for you. That's why they say it's not timing the market, meaning like double dutch. Let's wait and see. When do I go in? When do I put my money in? Should I put my money in? No, I don't know. The market's kind of high. I don't want to pay the high price. I think I'm going to wait for the drop, but I don't know when the drop is going to come. Let's wait. The year goes by. It's now 2020. Should I go? Let's wait. Waiting. It's not timing the market. It's time in the market. The longer your money is riding, that's how you make money. So we do have a control over when we start investing. Portfolio. We have a choice in our portfolio. We did videos on active investing, where they're putting your money into these actively managed funds, which have still shown that they cannot beat the market, and they're expensive in terms of some of these front-loaded mutual funds. They're taking a cut off the top, and then also you're paying the fees. The fees kill you, versus a passive approach where you just have an index fund, low fee. We did a video and we said that Warren Buffett said when he passes on, he's going to leave 90% of his money All the money leaving to his wife, 90% is going to be allocated to an index fund that tracks the S&P 500 and the other percent in government bonds. If one of the best investors in the world is telling you how he's going to leave money to his wife, I would probably listen. We have a control over our portfolio. Before the year is over, guys, my advice to a lot of you guys is to log on to your account, see what you're investing in. A lot of times we just, we invested, we have a Roth IRA, we have a 401k, but a 401k, a Roth IRA, a traditional IRA, they are not investments. They're basically type of accounts that get certain tax treatment. Basically, they get certain tax treatment. They're not accounts. What's in the bucket, they're basically a bucket. What's in the bucket is your investment. So not what's in your wallet, but what's in your bucket. What's in your bucket? Go online, get the ticker symbol, log on, see what are you investing in. What's the return on investment? What are the fees most likely? Look at what's the fees. Is this an actively managed fund? Can I do better? Can I go to a passive fund? Who am I making rich? So we have a control over the portfolio that we invest in. And the last thing we have a control over, guys, is our focus. When you're focusing on something, it becomes clear. Okay? When you focus on it, it becomes clear. You zoom in on that. Okay? You put your energy, your talent, your focus on that, and then you begin to make changes. Okay? If you're not focused on something, guys, that's when things get away. So there's a quick video, guys, about we are responsible for being broke. You are responsible for being broke, guys. You are responsible for being broke. So, but the good thing, because we're responsible that our action of consequence, we can make changes. We can make changes, guys. Another month and a half before the year is over, we can begin to make changes. Okay? So let's continue to subscribe to the YouTube channel, MD Investor, where we talk about stuff like this. Okay? We're talking about setting goals, making goals. We're talking about breaking the cycle of generational poverty. We're talking about financial intelligence to our children. We're talking about making great money moves. We're talking about stop making everybody else rich and start making ourselves rich. Like it, subscribe, hit the notification bell, guys. On Instagram, it's MD Investor One. If there's people out there, friends, colleagues, friends, family, you think you can benefit from this personal financial information, guys, let them know. Let them know, guys. Remember, it's not just about learning and saying great information. It's also about taking action. So today, I want you to take action. We'll see you in the next video.